Oh, hey there, it's Laurie, Lynnsee, and this is today's Love and Light message from Spirit. Today is Tuesday. We're in March. Just about ready to head out of town to spend some time with the grandchildren. Which, if you know anything about me, I'm all about spending time with my grandchildren. So, the world continues to be crazy, and we keep putting up with it. And I just was listening to somebody who was saying that, we have the power to move forward with what we want. And I think we do. I just don't think people know how to do it or what to do. If you've ever watched what happens in countries like France, that government is afraid of the people. They're afraid of them because they stand up and say, no, this is wrong. And at some point we need to stand up and say, no, this is wrong. This is wrong. And I don't know why we don't do that as a country, or why our government doesn't take us seriously. So let's see what message we have from Spirit today. This morning I had an ultrasound down on both legs. It took 2 hours to do this. I arrived at 6 a.m. to find out that a service for handicapped people isn't available till 7. So where they park your car and you could just go right into the clinic. It's a clinic that's in Minneapolis, and so it's a long ways to walk. And nobody let me know that. So I sat there for 15 minutes and decided no one's gonna come get me my car. Nobody's gonna. I don't know. It just drives me nuts that when you have a service like that, it shouldn't start after the clinic opens. It should start when the clinic opens. So that made me really crabby. And then the gal that I said something to said, well, we don't offer that service at all our clinics. And I said, yeah, but your other clinics, I can park right at the front door and walk in. I don't have to walk a block and a half. I don't know. It just put me in a mood this morning. It just put me in a mood. And then the guy doing my ultrasound didn't speak the entire time, except, okay, there's going to be pressure here, or there's going to be this, or there's going to be that. But no, getting to know you, which I kind of like. If you're going to be with this person for 2 hours, you could at least have some chit chat. There was no chit chat. Coping with grief. Turn loss into gain. And I think we're all going through some grief right now. Look at that energy coming down and reflecting off of her. Ooh, there looks like there's a person here. Can you see it? Some sort of spirit. There's eyes right there in a lighter color. Yeah, maybe 2 spirits. Interesting. It's kind of that turning your bittersweet into sweet. Grieving the loss of a loved one, the end of a relationship, or the loss of a job or home is an inevitable part of the journey of the soul. The usual reaction is to feel sad, frightened, angry, or lonely. Coping with grief is one of life's biggest challenges, and it's what you do with those challenges that make you the person that you are. But if we see grief as a form of love, we can find a place for it after a loss in our life. The challenge is to create new experiences, habits, despite our hurt. Sometimes circumstances do not meet our expectations through the passage of life. When that happens, you need to rely on your mental and spiritual powers to cope with it. Grief is one of your emotions that longs to be embraced. It is the reflection of your care and a way of honoring your commitments to what is lost, such as affecting wounds as heartaches can only be healed by love. For love is the divine power within you that can transform the pain. Use your grief as a means to intensify your love and perform a ritual of both mourning and celebration. Have faith that the spirit of what you have lost is now connecting with you more than ever before. Find a unique way of re-envisioning your life with possibilities for happiness and for honoring your enduring connections to what you have lost. Help yourself by doing things that you enjoy, even if you don't feel like doing them. Do something creative to connect with your inner self, such as painting, writing, gardening, or cooking. The mantra for today is, I am enhancing my life by responding to my loss through the creative energy of love. So on Mondays, I volunteer at the local library, and I just do small things. Like right now, we have a seed library where we we put stickers on seeds, and then you can like get free seeds. So that's kind of my little job there. I used to like put, separate them out. I don't even do that anymore. It's so simple. It's like they really don't have to even have me as a volunteer, but And the manager of the library let me in, and he always makes kind of chit chat with me. There's somebody coming up on my side, so I always feel weird that I'm talking. So they came and let me into the back room, and then said, "How's your leg doing? When are you going to get rid of your brace?" And I said, "Probably when I go into a wheelchair or after." And he just looked at me and he goes, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry you deal with this." And I said, "You know what? If I don't have my leg braces, I can't walk. So I'm grateful for my leg braces." Now, if you would have said that to me, 5-6 years ago, I probably would have been like, "Yeah, I freaking hate these. I freaking hate this." But, my disability has not only been bitter, but it's been sweet. So like I never would have been volunteering at the library at the age of 57. I still would be working, right? Also, I wouldn't know some of the people I know. I wouldn't be making videos on, social media, because I would have had a principal that would have shut it down immediately. There are certain things that happen in your life because of bad things that happen. I wouldn't have published a book, for sure. I don't know if I would have met my writing partner. Several people I have in my life right now, I wouldn't have met them. So, yes, terrible things happen to us. This is a terrible disease I have, and I spend a lot of time in doctor's offices. I just made another appointment today for pain management. But it also gives me the ability to meet new people and to experience life in different ways and be creative. I don't go to school and teach all day, or I'm not a principal all day anymore. I get to do different things. So, yeah. So not everything that's terrible that happens to you should always be treated as terrible, because it's not. You go through the loss and the grieving in the morning, but you can turn that bitter into sweet. So let's bring in the calmness of the universe and then release. I hope you're all having a blessed day. I'm not sure how often I will be on in the next few days, because we're going to be with our grandchildren, but I'll try and make it on a few times. So peace. Have a blessed day.